Hi everyone, today we're going to be wiring in an analog input into the Solo temperature controller by Automation Direct. So the first thing we'll do is take a look at our controller, and here it is right here, and you see that we have our wiring diagram, and we're going to be sending our signal in here. We're also going to be using our analog device that we did for testing, and this will provide the 9-volt battery, so we'll go from 0 to 9 volts, and we're going to feed this into the Solo and scale it, and then we'll see the engineered units after we scale it. So if we look up on the chart here, getting through all the menus, we have a previous blog that actually talked about how to do that. Then here's another information on how to create this tester. Then we go right to the Solo manual. This can be downloaded from the Automation Direct's website. Then our wiring itself, this is a series that we have. So we go to the series, and then our actual input, we're actually going to pin 9 and 10, which are located right down here of my controller here. So the next thing is that we have to power this unit up. So let's just plug this in. And we'll have to set the input. So we set and hold the input here. There's my input display, and my input display right now is currently showing that I'm set for the 0 to 10 of the unit. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to treat this, we can feed it any analog input. We have a 0 to 10 right now, and on my 0 to 10 volts signal, what I'm doing is I'm going to set my min and my max, and then that will draw a straight line for me. What that does is it will scale that input for me in order for me to read what's actually happening in the field. So in our case here, we're going to go 0 to 10 volt battery, or 0 to 9 volt battery. We're going to scale it so that we go 0.00 to 9.00, or whatever the battery is going to produce for us. So here we have that set. So that's my input, 10 volts. Our next one is my high value, and my high value right now is set for 10, which is correct. The next we have is our low value, which is set for 0. So we have all of our settings already in there. So we'll just hit set again to go back to the run menu. And then what we'll do is we'll set our set point. So here, if we look at the settings here, we've actually put in our voltage range, 0 to 10, which is right here. The default value is actually minus 999 to 9,999, so we've changed that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set our set point, and our set point is right here, set point position, and we want it actually to 2. And in order to get there, we have to hit the enter button, or circular button there. And there's my set point. We'll change that to 2. Hit set, and now we'll go back to our regular reading, and now you can see that my set point is now 0.000. So what's happening right now is that I've got everything, all the parameters set, and so when I plug in this battery, right now you see it's reading 0.01, so it's just reading noise on the line right now, just because my scaling is so high. So I plug this in, and there's my battery plugged in. I've got my potentiometer here, and what you'll see is as I decrease my potentiometer, it goes back to the 0.01, and then I can increase my potentiometer up to the maximum of this battery, which is actually 9.11 volt. So what we did was we basically inputted the analog value, we scaled it to units that we understand on our display here. And when we did that, now we can read it as what's really happening in the field. This could be actually pressure. It could be a number of different things that you're bringing in to try to control in your automation needs. Alright, that's it for now. And if all these links are located at the bottom here of the YouTube video. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.